Hey guys, what the fuck is up, you guys? My name is emandan642, and welcome to my first movie ranking that is not the year-end list. This is Indiana Jones. The new movie, Dial of Destiny, just came out, and I rewatched the first movie, and I watched all the sequels for the first time. The newest and final movie in the Indiana Jones series, Dial of Destiny, kinda sucks. This movie felt the least like an Indiana Jones movie than any other. It felt like a standard action-adventure. The Dial was a cooler MacGuffin than the Crystal Skull. The villains are the Nazis again, and it felt like the movie can't let go of the past. Literally. The first 20 minutes of the film is this cool flashback of Indy back in Nazi Germany. De-aged Harrison Ford is very noticeable, but it's a lot better than other de-aged characters. The movie ends up way too long, and the rest of the film is much worse, but this opening sequence is good. I hate how this movie writes out Marion and Mutt. From a real-world perspective, it makes total sense. Mutt died in the war, and Marion left due to grief. Makes sense, but it's so dumb how they wrote them out when they didn't have to. Crystal Skull had a decent but sweet ending for the characters, but Dial of Destiny replaces them with worse characters. I don't like Helena. Her priorities are bad, and she started caring for Indiana without even having a character arc. Every time she spoke, I liked her less and less. The villains suck. They are stupid and uninteresting and solely serve as plot convenience. This movie introduces something much more ridiculous than aliens, and that is time travel. The characters actually travel back in time 2,000 years ago. It makes much more sense thematically than Aliens from Crystal Skull because the entire series is about the past and old shit, but time travel is so much more ridiculous and unbelievable than Aliens. When they actually went back in time, I thought, fuck it. When Indy said he wanted to stay back in time, I thought, well, it would have made the movie much more interesting, and they've already gone so far, but of course not. Indy comes back and has a shoehorned reunion with Marion. This movie is a major downgrade from the previous movies, but I don't think it was all that bad. It was way more detached from reality than Temple of Doom. It offered nothing really new to the series. The plot wasn't that good and didn't honor anything that the previous movies stood for. Indy feels like he is the same old character without any development. I didn't like how they did Marion's return. Mutt kind of sucked as a character, but there was some funny dialogue interactions between him and Indy. Irene is a weak villain. She's shallow and uninteresting. I do like the idea that this movie's villains are the communists. It makes sense. Mac is a garbage character. He is a double agent working for the KGB. Then he claims he is CIA, and Indy doesn't bat an eye. Then he claims he is KGB again. That alone is stupid enough, but his only personality trait is that he is greedy, and he dies a cliche death stealing gold. The beginning of the movie was dumb. It started off okay, whatever, but once Indy met Mutt, everything that just happened was forgotten about. The whole movie is about finding this crystal skull and bringing it to the kingdom of the Crystal Skull. In the end, we find out that it belonged to an alien, and this movie confirms aliens are real. They communicate to the humans, and there's a UFO and a portal to another dimension, and it's all so ridiculous and out of place. It doesn't fit in with the previous movie's religious importance and rare use of mystical stuff. Raiders of the Lost Ark had the one scene where the Ark killed all the Nazis. This movie goes full sci-fi, and it is executed poorly. It doesn't help that the CGI sucks.
Hot take! Indiana Jones for was not that bad.
You just stole that from somebody else. A bit of a downgrade from the first. This movie feels like more so filler compared to the first and third. At first, I didn't like this movie very much, but I've started to come around on it. There is a lot of stuff I don't like. I don't care for the opening scene at the Chinese bar. It feels out of place and pointless. It doesn't show or teach us anything important like the Golden Idol scene, nor does it show us anything important relating to the story like the flashback scene from Last Crusade. I don't like the emphasis on humor and the wackiness of this movie. It feels more detached from reality than the other two in the trilogy. Willie is a garbage character. She does nothing but whine and complain the entire movie. Short Round is cool though. He is at least funny. The entire goal of this movie is to get this rock that this Indian tribe worships. It feels less important than the Ark of the Covenant or the Golden Chalice. It kind of happens out of nowhere and Indy just goes along with it. I know that was a lot of criticism, but the second half I genuinely liked a lot. It was fun and engaging. The Temple of Doom was really cool. It was very detached from reality, but at least it was cool and fun, with hearts being ripped out of people and that hell portal thing. The entire sequence near the end was all so fun. It was all really solid and memorable and more than made up for the questionable first half. This movie was so much better than I thought it would be. I wasn't expecting any of the sequels to be good. Most movie sequels to a standalone film aren't very good. The second one was pretty good, but Last Crusade actually came really close to the first. It is everything a sequel should be. It continues the themes and the narrative while expanding it and making it much grander and more complex. It deals more with the religion like the first and again with the Nazis. Indy is a professor again and now a celebrity. And we meet Indy's father, which is awesome. They have such a great chemistry together and it's so fun to watch. They are very similar but clash together too. They have a rough past and I like how it's explored. Indy and his dad Henry are probably the best main characters from any of these movies. Like I mentioned before, this movie is grander. It feels much more like a mystery as well as an action-adventure. There is this whole conspiracy, and I love that. It has the same Indiana Jones charm, only bigger now. I didn't care much for Elsa, and Indy's attachment to her felt off, but it didn't take much away from the movie. Of course, there has to be some mystical element to the movie, and that's the immortality from the chalice. The holy water heals Henry's bullet wound, and there is an immortal knight guarding the chalice. Last Crusade almost makes you believe that this immortal knight is real. It feels so genuine and important and groundbreaking, like you genuinely just discovered somebody immortal. This movie offers an amazing ending to this classic trilogy of movies. This movie is a classic. It does everything perfectly. It is captivating and engaging the entire way through. Indiana is a great character. He is already an aged, gruff character, a scoundrel if you will. He cares for the craft of archaeology and the importance of the items he is obtaining, but he still cares for his own fortune and glory. Marion is by far the best female character in the series. She can take care of herself and is a genuine great love interest for Indy. She is the only one that really mattered. The journey to find the Ark is great. It works as a mystery and an adventure. The opening scene with the Golden Idol is perfect. It shows what kind of person Indy is, what the movie is about, and what kind of deep shit Indy is always in. I watched this movie once or twice as a kid, but I was surprised how much of the movie I remember. From the beginning to the end, it was so seamless and memorable. I may not be religious, but I like the importance of the storytelling. The Ark of the Covenant is a great MacGuffin. It's captivating to the audience knowing the real-world importance, and especially in the final scene with the Nazis. That scene is so good. The special effects look much better than modern Marvel CGI. It's so important and iconic. This is one of the most important and greatest films ever made. Well, that was all 5 Indiana Jones movies. Hopefully they'll make another one in another 15 years. is to say Harrison Ford's still alive. The original trilogy, some excellent films. Highly recommend them.